Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to part 2 of how to build a rally trap. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, go ahead and do that right now before you watch part 2 because it's essential if you want to learn how to build a rally trap. Now both videos are basically going off of how I built my rally trap. Of course, there are multiple options which I will try to get to as much as possible, but keep in mind that this is how I built mine. I've been very successful with it, not bunches of kills, but all rallies that I took have been eaten whole without getting any reds. So that was my goal, and that is what I achieved. Now first, I want to get back to something somebody said in one of my comments. That person said that, well, it doesn't matter whether you're a rally trap nowadays, you don't have to keep your might low because 1.1 bills and 2 bills and people getting rallied left and right. Yes, that is true. But you gotta understand that you're in a kingdom with giant players like CTK or BRR or DJ. If you're gonna be in a kingdom like that, being a 250 mil might rally trap might not work, especially if you're not in Fury. If you are not in Fury, you can still trap in those kingdoms. You can take 2 or 3 rallies and shield up. They will get their leaders back, that's for sure. But you know, you'll still eat their rallies and hurt them a lot. So, you know, of course, everybody who can cap a rally is basically considered a rally trap. But I think going off of being a rally trap, you're somewhere between 220 to 350 mil might. So that's my thought on what is considered a rally trap. Now, if you're 400 or 500 million might and you can eat 20 rallies, of course, you're still a rally trap, but, you know, you can only pull that off if you're in one of the larger kingdoms. Now, in part 1, we covered a lot of topics, minimal research, buildings, how to build, troop compositions, heroes, and gear. I forgot one little piece in part 1 in minimal research, so I'm going to get back to that. And in this part, I'm going to be covering attack, HP, and defense. And of course, how to trap, which is really important because how are you going to be attacked? How are you going to be getting a double rally on you or a triple rally, depending of course on what you want. Somebody commented on my video that I forgot to do the quick swap, so you still got to do the quick swap. My suggestion is don't go higher than 2 quick swaps and just click on quick swap and see what is necessary to unlock level 1. And work your way up, and then do the same thing for level 2. Have 1 fake gear and 1 real gear set that you can use. Fake gear basically to rally people. I've noticed that familiar gear seems to be working, but here it is, quick swap, and you can just make fake gear like really bad gear when you're fake attacking somebody or whatever you're doing. So unlock 2 quick swaps and that should be enough. So now that we've covered what I forgot in part 1, let's take a look at topic number 7, which is attack, HP, and defense being the least most important. So if you're gonna be a rally trap, you're gonna want a lot of HP. Now as a free-to-play player, you can get that mostly from your infirmaries, but you can also get it from your gear and your jewels. But like I suggested earlier, if you're gonna put jewels in your gear, put attack jewels in there only. Now, the most important part is getting HP. Why do you want HP? Well, if you're going to be a T2, T4 rally trap, your front line is going to be T2. Those are pretty weak troops. And if you're going to want them to survive, you're going to need a lot of beds, first of all, so infirmary space. And you're going to want the HP for them to stay alive long enough for your T4 to do their damage. So that is why you want a lot of HP. And of course you can get it from gear. Don't forget about heroes. You can get heroes and that give you HP, but those are pay to play except for the army heroes, Rose Knight and Bombing Goblin. Now if you take a look at the infirmaries, each single infirmary gives you 5% army HP. So I would suggest going full infirmaries if you are a low might free to play or pay to play rally trap. Go full infirmaries and basically have 1 barrack and that's it. It's as simple as that. Full infirmaries, 1 barrack to max out your HP. Those are the options you have to basically get your maximum amount of HP. Now let's talk about attack stats. Like I said earlier in this video, in your gear, put in infantry, a cavalry, and a ranged attack jewel in each individual gear piece. I'm going off of what I had as attack stats, and of course, if you are lower, you probably need more troops, more T2, more T4. So the attack stats I had were 460 all round. That means I had 460% infantry attack, 460% cavalry attack, and 460% ranged attack. Going off of my build with 800k T4 each and 3.5 million T2 each, you can eat rallies all day without taking any red deads. Of course, the phalanx is very important. If you're countering the phalanx, that would be great. If you are up against an 11k hero, full mythic champ, he's gonna hurt you regardless. You're gonna eat the rally for sure, but you're gonna be hurt regardless, because if you're gonna be countered, your phalanx would be your most important thing. Now, if somebody's sitting right next to you and you're gonna get attacked, then you hardly have any time to switch to the right phalanx, because nowadays they're gonna troop spam you right before they let the rally walk, so you can't see what's coming. So that's basically all you can do to defend yourself. Now please don't base your account upon mine, because mine was on the heavier pay-to-play side, and I'm definitely far from free-to-play. So if you're going to be free-to-play, the stats, anything along the lines of, well, I'm just going to guess here, 350 to 375 of each attack stat, infantry, cavalry, and ranged, should suffice for you to eat a decent rally, depending on, of course, who the rally leader is. But my suggestion is to everybody, just test it out. Make sure you test out one hit. Get rallied, test out how strong you are, and then you know what you can do. I can't sit here and say, hey, you know what, at this amount of troops and this gear or these stats, you're going to be able to eat 10 rallies. That all depends on the rally leader, of course, and the phalanx you're in, the phalanx you're being attacked in, and your stats and everything combined. So keep that in mind. This is not the holy grail to building a rally trap account, but it's a pretty solid foundation to give you a good idea of how to build a rally trap and how you need to build it, you know, in every which way. So off to the final topic, which is how to get rallied. It's pretty easy, actually. It's not that hard. You can just sit and annoy people, especially during Guildfest, which is right now. You can anger people by hitting their tiles, and that way they know you're in fury. Or join rallies, and usually people counter rally, so they know you're in fury. And what I would suggest you do is port away, so they have to they have to use carpets, but you also can see what is coming from afar, so you can switch phalanx if you do so. If you're not in fury, I would suggest just to sit and wait. Sit and wait. Don't click help. Don't go into Colosseum. Don't change your hero lineup in Colosseum. Never drop your anti-scout. And yes, we know this is really boring because you'll just have to sit and wait. But you know, guys, the upside to being a rally trap is that you can actually get fury. Of course, depending on what kingdom you're in. So if you are to be expecting 20 rallies on you as soon as you get in fury, it might not be such a smart idea to get in fury if you're only 250 million might. So, because, you know, guilds like CTK or SGE or SGK or BRR or DJ, you know, they might send 5-6 rallies at you with their families. So that wouldn't be smart. Now, one thing I would definitely suggest doing in Colosseum is hiding your pay-to-play heroes. So if you are a pay-to-play player and you have pay-to-play heroes, hide them. Don't use them in Colosseum, and don't use them in your defense lineup, so people don't know that you have a pay-to-play hero or an army hero. So what I did, I had Lore Weaver, and I never used her as my leader. And I just put Bombing Goblin or Rose Knight as my leader. So you still get the stats, you put her on your wall, and you'll be set to go. One other piece of advice is double up with a teammate. If you ever want to execute prisoners and get your altar boost going or your prison boost going, make sure you have somebody you trust and that can take care of your account while you are asleep. And you know, guys, one thing that's really important, and I found out the hard way, is do not share your troop comp. Do not share that with people you don't trust 100%. So don't share it in group chats. Of course, people reinforcing you will see it. So maybe you want to consider having a set group of people reinforcing you. Like make sure the new guys don't reinforce you because they might be spies. So just be sure that you are safe and that your troop comp is pretty much safe. I have one bonus tip for you guys, and that bonus tip would be for the pay-to-play players is get to VIP 15 as soon as possible. I didn't do that, but you know, if you want free stats, VIP 15 is very important. As you can see here right in this screen, all the bonus stats you get when you reach VIP 15. Now, that is it for how to build a rally trap. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video, and hit that notification button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And this is Mr. BP, signing out.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo, you gotta take